Hello, je m'appelle Agathe, je suis la créatrice de Mettre les voiles, une marque d'accessoires confectionnée en voiles de bateaux recyclés, basée sur la presqu'île de Crozon en Bretagne. Avec mon copain, on a décidé de partir voyager en van sur les routes de l'Afrique de l'Ouest. Alors je te partage ici nos plus belles rencontres, en espérant qu'elles t'inspireront, te feront rêver et peut-être même te donneront envie de mettre les voiles. Bonne écoute!
Hello everybody, my name is Ian, I'm from Ireland, travelling the world on my motorcycle. This isn't my original bike blew up in the engine, it was destroyed in South America, but right now I'm in Africa travelling for a year, from Cape Town back to Ireland. Africa is crazy, it's wild, it's got amazing animals, diversity, cultures. The food is not so good, so don't come here for food. It started in 12. I was living in Australia, never had a motorcycle license, and I was never allowed one at home. So I was living in Australia, I had a great job, and I decided, and there's nobody to tell me that I can't have a motorcycle, so I got a license, and I loved it, sold my car. And in Australia I saw this video on YouTube. It was two Polish guys who had ridden from Warsaw to Mongolia, and I was sold instantly. I saw it. This was in a time when GoPro maybe had their very first camera, the footage was terrible, but I just saw it and I knew that was me, something I wanted to do, and I planned for 2 years, bought a motorcycle from Germany. I built it similar to this. I didn't know what I was doing, and I just left, and I had an amazing experience. I had ups and downs, my bike broke several times, people just helped everywhere. The first thing that came to mind was I was in Tajikistan in Central Asia, Northern Asia, I'm not sure. I was in Tajikistan for a whole week and I hadn't spoke to anyone in English, and I was driving this very remote road, and this very attractive girl, and what I thought was her sister, waved me down, and she said, "Hello, how are you? Stop. Are you hungry? You must be tired. Come, have some tea." I was bamboozled, so I was like, okay. So I went to her house, and I met her mother. Her mother was an English teacher in the school. Now this is a very remote region in Tajikistan. It's just mountains. It's near the Pamir highway. It's amazing. But her brother was asleep on a kind of a couch, and he didn't say a word. I had some stew, some tea. We had a lovely experience, and then I'm just trying to think of her name, but she invited me around the village, and we were gone for half an hour. She got a call on her phone, and her brother called, and he was not happy. Her facial expressions changed instantly, and she said, "We have to go." So we almost ran back to the house, and she said, "Stay here," and I stayed outside with the younger girl, and there was some shouting and roaring, and then she came out crying. She said, I'm so sorry." I said, "Don't worry, I knew exactly." So in Tajikistan, unfortunately, women they have very few rights, and the fact that a woman had invited a man to stay was a big no-no. But while all this was happening, the elders from the village were marching up to run me out of town. So I got some nice pictures with her. Ramsey was her name, and she ran away with the young girl, and then I just threw everything on my bike and I just drove away. But it was just a very memorable experience. But half an hour later, a man invited me to stay, and I stayed in a small village, and I had the most wonderful experience. It's unfortunate about how rights and things are around the world, but that girl had spent a year in Moscow in university, and she had, I guess, been not westernized, but in Russia women have rights, and it was kind of sad to see. She had just come back from 1 year of university, and to come back to her home country and she kind of maybe forgot herself, and that's just how it is. But again, very memorable experience. The women, they're minding their kids, they're cooking, they're gathering firewood, they're getting water, looking after animals. I've seen it right through. through Asia particularly, and yeah, even in Central and South America the men don't do a lot. Even in Africa the women do a lot. You see them they have their babies on their backs, they're hauling firewood, water, looking after the animals and the crops. It's amazing just to see how strong they are. I didn't actually finish the second question you asked me. Why? I had heavy loss in my life. My mother died when I was 10, and my first girlfriend, my first love, died when I was 20. She got killed in a hit and run. Sorry about my phone. But I realised life was short, and that's why I've travelled the world extensively, and I've lived a full life. I've lived a life. I've lived more of a life than maybe 100 people. But the reason I travel is to meet the people, taste the food, experience the cultures, see the wildlife, the landscapes, the vast array of landscapes. But I've seen nearly 60 countries. I've been to 6 continents, and now I'm full. I've actually seen so much that I feel I don't need to see anymore. I'm so happy with what I've achieved. I've had amazing experiences, but it's like Ireland is calling me home. So we'll see, it'll be interesting. I have 7 more months to travel, and a lot of people think I won't be able to settle in Ireland, but time will tell. Ignore everyone that says you can't do it, because everybody will say it, and these people are the people that have never done it. 9 times out of 10 at least. And I've been told from day one it's not possible. I've had the hardest goodbyes because people thought they would never see me again, and now I'm maybe 3 years into travel, over a long period, but people don't even say it's not possible anymore because I proved them wrong so many times. But you have to be strong, you have to be confident, especially to travel solo. But all I say is ignore everybody that says you can't do it. You have to go and witness these places yourself. You have to understand things aren't as they're portrayed, especially in the media. A lot of these countries, everyone says they're so unsafe, you'll be killed, you'll be murdered, but I have went through some of the most dangerous countries, Honduras, Nicaragua, different places in Central America, and even here in Africa. No one has tried to rob me, no one has tried to do anything, no one has taken anything. On all my travels, I've only had half a litre of engine oil and a pair of flip-flops stolen. It's amazing, you know, and somebody obviously needed those flip-flops badly and the oil, and I had no, I was happy that they had them. Life is for living. Don't get caught up in the rat race, and just go and live a full life, because it's precious, and too many people they're just alive but they're not living. And look, go out, live your best life. It could be a case of just going for a weekend excursion at home, or it could be travelling halfway across the world on a motorbike, or backpacking, or sailing across an ocean. If you have a dream, follow it, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.